Hello everyone, this is MuseScript, and today I am going to be doing an audio commentary of the first episode of The Heart Shell. In this commentary I'm going to be explaining a couple of choices I made whilst making it, and a couple of other things. But yeah, the majority of the thing is gonna be my talking, so if you want to watch the episode, if you haven't already done that, the link is in the descriptions. This is primarily for people who have already seen it. Just letting you know about that. Anyway, everyone else, without further ado, I am going to... Apple computers is so annoying sometimes, but here we are. I'm going to play the episode and I'm going to talk over it and explain my things. Okay, so then first we have this little intro bit here. Just turn it down a bit. So yeah, where do I start? This bit here, I pretty much recorded this after I recorded all of the episodes. I just thought it really needed an intro, and with all these vectors and stuff, it just kind of looked really cool. Yeah. And the music that you're hearing in the background is called Prologue, which is the second OST in the original OST, and it's a music box instrumental for a future vocal song. I won't say what it is, because then that would kind of be spoilers for what's ahead, but yeah, I just thought that it would, be nice having a intro here, which was, yeah. Sorry that I didn't really have that much to say because of the talking. Anyway, so then we have this theme. This theme, just kind of mucking around in Sibelius one day, and I just came up with it. And then, yeah, and I really like composing in A major. That's just one of my favorite keys to compose in. And piano, one of my favorite instruments to use. And then this melody here is very significant to the series because it is the lullaby, and it demonstrates the relationship between Rainbow Dash and Tank that we find later on. Oh yeah, Princess Celeste and Luna, we don't really see them yet, but I just thought I'd mention them because I voiced both of them in the production. And yeah, in the intro I just thought I'd kind of show clips from the show from, their relationship and how their relationship kind of grew over that time. And we didn't really get to see that much of their relationship grow, but hopefully this series will make up for that. And just letting you know, this is one of my favorite themes at the moment. One of my absolute favorite themes. Just pointing it out there. Alright, on to the episode. Loss.
My story begins in Ponyville.
So yeah, this monologue is kind of like a narration spoken by Rainbow Dash. And yeah, again with the intro, this was kind of done afterwards. And the music that you're hearing is called Reminiscing, which has the theme from I'll Fly. That seems to be one of the main themes because my audio drama was based off Thanks for the Memories. And yeah, so then we have a good look at my art style back then. Well, here is just a vector, but then over here... I started the art for this episode back in October. I don't really know when in October, but I started art in October. With Photoshop. And with Coral, I was just kind of experimenting with kind of the cool things that I could do here. So the art style here is kind of strange. It's kind of spread out, and the noses are more pointy, I guess. And usually now I draw more front view and side view because I can't do the usual midway in between that you see in most cartoons. I still can't get over this art style. It's just so strange. October, though, I was still in high school then, and I'm like, oh my god. So anyway, I guess this is set directly after Tanks for the Memories, and Twilight has just left Rainbow Dash to read the story. Read the story to Rainbow. No, read the story to Tank. There are no bloopers in this thing. And this is not scripted. This is just I really don't know what to say here. Then of course we have classic Pinkie Pie with the cartoon crying waterfall, etc. That was really funny. Although in reality, I really think it's very tedious when I try and draw funny scenes. Yeah, because when I am doing art, I listen to music, and usually I like to listen to a lot of emotional stuff. So when it comes to something really ridiculous as this, it's just I just felt it was a bit tedious at first. I guess this is why episode 1 took the longest to make. Mainly because of motivation, and also because of exams and stuff like that. It was just a bit of a hassle. And this whole relationship between Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy in this thing, I kind of wrote them really weirdly because they're kind of arguing with each other. Just wait until episode 2, and then she's like, I mean, Pinkie Pie is like completely out of character at this point. It's actually quite hilarious, but still, I do try and give a reason for that afterwards. Then we have the nighttime. I don't know. This got me to experiment with the night shadows for the first time. It wouldn't be until later then I would actually use softer shades, and I think the softer shades worked better than these light patches are like from the trees, so blame the trees. And then of course you notice Rainbow Dash in the background. For anyone who is really observant, I hide things in the art all the time, just seeing if anyone can actually catch them out. Although it does focus on Rainbow Dash here, so then if you didn't catch it before, then you probably would now. Yeah, I'm actually still amazed how Rainbow Dash took that long to read Tank the story, but then I guess it would probably be a long one. And this is also the first time of me drawing Rainbow Dash as well in the production. So I had to decide which side of the mane would be which color, because I know in the actual show it switches up. Actually, all of them switch up, but I kind of had a consistency. I would have red on the right side, then orange in the middle, and then yellow on the left. And the other bit of hair with the green, blue, and purple I would have on the right side of her neck. And that's how I would kind of do it. I just can't do it the other way around. I mean, I can't kind of alternate between them. That is not something that I do. Okay, so here is the first original song of the series, Lost. Yeah, so originally this song was going to be a sad reprise of I'll Fly. I mean, you heard a bit of it at the start, and this is gonna be like, well, I don't even know where this conversation is going. Anyway, back on topic. This is, I guess, about her regretting her actions, and I guess Tank presented another side of her that she didn't really have before, that she didn't really show. I guess she was more sensitive around her surroundings and she made better decisions. Of course, the exception to her trying to protect Tank. You probably couldn't see it because this is just audio, but I used air quotes in protect. Speaking of which, that bit. There were a lot of takes in this one. Mainly because of distortion, etc. But yeah, ooh, this bit is really cool. I was experimenting with layers in Coral. Like we would have a vector of Rainbow Dash flying, and then we would have flashback videos from May the Best Pet Win. I guess this is what this whole verse is about. And then we have the snow falling, and then we have the sky kind of zooming out. And I don't really... Other people probably wouldn't be able to notice that, but... You know, where people's attention usually draw to the visuals going on in front of them instead of what's going on in the background. Backgrounds are always a pain for me sometimes. Sometimes if they're just very simple backgrounds, I'll draw them myself, and if they're very complicated, then I will use backgrounds from the show. But in this case, the majority of the time, I just did my own backgrounds because it was mainly snow. Oh. Ironically enough, this is more of what I actually wanted to do. I wanted to draw the more sad, emotional scenes like this, and I would listen to the appropriate music to this, but I still think that I drew Rainbow too sad here. I know that when she's by herself, she doesn't really need to hide her true self from the others. I had the theory that she kind of hides herself in a tough shell, you know, like when we're around other people we kind of act differently. This is what Rainbow Dash kind of feels. And then now she can just let her feelings out again, and well, she's just really sad that Tank isn't with her. Well, let's... another thing I wanted to point out with the voice acting portion of this, I am not actually crying when I'm doing my lines. Even though it may sound realistic, I guess... I don't even know, just... it's just, I guess, so easy for me to do, but I'm only able to do it when I'm actually just doing voices, like the MLP voices. I can't do it with my normal voice. I am not able to do it with my normal voice for some reason. But that would only make sense now, wouldn't it?
Good night, Tank. Sweet dreams.
I have no idea why Rainbow Dash sleeps in front of the fireplace that time. I don't know. But whatever. Here's the next bit. So this pretty much is right after May the Best Pet Win, which is in season 2. And I guess this is when Tank and Rainbow Dash first meet. Oh yeah, this track playing in the background is called Spring, and I guess it's a really happy track. A very happy track that I got to compose, and it had some themes from Find the Pet song as well. Yeah, and then the track before was called Warming. I guess it would make sense because she was up in front of a fireplace. Ah, that bit I loved to edit. That was just so funny. And I don't think you noticed, but Fluttershy has left Angel behind on the ground. That cracked me up so much. I wonder if anyone actually managed to figure that out before I mentioned it to them. And then that was the first time drawing Spike. It was a bit strange, I must admit. drawing Spike was just, I just think it kind of makes me cringe a bit. And drawing Aloysius as well was the first time. But his was much better because I kind of followed the design and he only had a couple of looks. Geeky Twilight Sparkle when she was just a unicorn though. It was so funny. And then we have Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash again.
So heavy. You know, Fluttershy, you don't have to carry me.
Well, originally the plan was I was going to have Rainbow Dash stay at Fluttershy's, but I wanted to have Tank see what the house looks like. And that's where that whole conversation went. It was a bit strange, but whatever.
Rainbow, contact me if you need anything, okay? I think I'll be fine, thank you.
And then she just shuts the door in her face. Rude much, Rainbow? Well, I did write this story, whatever.
As soon as possible.
This track playing is called Around the House. I guess it was more of a film soundtrack sort of style thing. I would compose it in time with the scenes going on in the background, and it would just vary a lot. And I guess this is when Tank first used the flying contraption. It was made out of a helmet and a propeller that was given to Rainbow Dash by Rarity. The fanfiction mentions that, but the audio drama doesn't. Crash. Just crash. Wow. Yeah, so anyway. For those who probably didn't pick it up, Rainbow Dash got hit in the head by a flying tortoise. I just think how ridiculous that is. And that's an ice pack that he gave her.
I am feeling better. How about I give you a grand tour of the house?
Grand tour. So
Welcome to Rainbow Dash's
don't question Rainbow Dash. She just got that chariot from somewhere. It's like a small chariot. Now this background I took from Newbie Dash, and it was a lot of fun trying to remove the characters, and and I was questioning where the kitchen would be, because Rainbow Dash would definitely have a kitchen where she would have her food and stuff. I just would have no idea where that is. I think it would probably be in the upper foyer of the house. There's suddenly menacing music. I was just thinking Angel. Angel is up to no good, even when he's not actually in the picture at the moment. Yeah, because like in Tanks for the Memories, Tank nods a lot, and that really wasn't established before. Again, that background of the bed was taken from Tanks for the Memories. Well, again, a lot of fun trying to remove Rainbow Dash and Tank from the background with Photoshop. Yeah, special alarms. A big red button. Don't touch the big red button.
I guess you're hungry. It has been a long day. Let me get you something to eat.
This bit was just very strange, I thought.
Here we go.
Well, I guess it would probably establish that Rainbow doesn't know how to take care of a tortoise, and probably need to ask Fluttershy for help. And then the voice of Tank is also me, but slowed down. But it actually sounds very strange. Because, again, Tanks for the Memories, we kind of heard his voice, and it's, like, really deep. Anyway, here, in this bit, they're randomly playing video games. Yeah. Oh, I forgot the wrinkles on Tank in that picture. I guess it kind of makes him look younger, but whatever, who cares. The episode aired about 2 months ago, so I'm not really complaining. Then we have this bit, establishing that Tank is so high up in the ground that he kind of feels dizzy because he's not used to this much elevation.
Of course I wouldn't be, otherwise the alarms would have set.
Oh dear, Tank is gone. And he's just kind of sleepwalking at this point.
How would you even get out of the room? It was locked.
And yeah, establishing that the walls are made of cloud. Again, thanks for the memories.
Walls are made of
Pinkie Pie. I'm just blaming Pinkie Pie for that, really. And yeah, Rainbow's wing is still injured, so she must have had a lot of fun trying to, yeah. Luckily, Fluttershy was there to the rescue.
What do you need help with? Tank couldn't sleep last night. Every time he tried to, he just kept trying to fall out of my house.
Again, I said that this theme, actually I didn't say before, this theme is excitement. And it's technically Pinkie Pie's theme, but ironically, this theme actually plays, even plays when Pinkie Pie is not even in the picture. But I guess mainly it plays when something ridiculous is going on, like this scene. I needed to research this because I wasn't sure what tortoises ate either, so I pretty much looked it up. And that's kind of what I came up with.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, he tried escaping the house every single time, and I don't know why. Let me have a look at him.
This image. I accidentally made Tank too small first, and so then I needed to edit it again to make him slightly bigger. And then of course I would have to edit Fluttershy's image as well, and it was just really annoying. Again, I forgot the wrinkles, so it actually makes Tank look younger than he is. But this art though, I still can't get over. I did this art about 2 months ago, and it looks so different to what I do now. And then we have this lullaby. Originally, it would just stop around here, but then I also based it around Sweetie Belle's version, and I was thinking just kind of experiment and kind of expand on it as well. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, this is pretty much what's happening here. But the lullaby doesn't really seem to be that effective on Tank. But it's effective on some pony else. That being Rainbow Dash. She did have a boost though, because she had been up for hours trying to save Tank from plummeting to its doom. That just sounded so weird.
I guess I was really tired. Seems like it. Now what do we do then?
I just love the expression in Fluttershy's eyes. They're not like normal reflections, they're like white love hearts in her eyes. Yeah, she feels strongly about music a lot. That's pretty much the same with me. We have a lot in common. That's the reason why I can voice Fluttershy so well, because I am the most like her personality-wise. This track playing at the moment is called Promise. And then we enter a record scratch. I think around there. Yeah, there.
Maybe mammals? I don't know. There's no point stressing about it now. If we compose a different lullaby just for Tink, then maybe he'll be able to fall asleep comfortably. Right. Let's just hope your method works.
2 minutes later. I just think how funny that is. And then they have all those are scrumpled up bits of paper on the bed. Ding.
Did you ever have a lullaby sing to you when you were full?
And that's when that whole idea of the lullaby came across.
Remind
when I was writing this episode is mainly an excuse for Rainbow Dash to sing a lullaby, I guess to get him to sleep.
Before I got my cutie mark, then my parents decided that I was too old for that.
Yeah, this is a classic Rainbow Dash line here. Just saying, lullabies are just lame. I'm too cool for them. And then we have Rainbow Dash's parents in the background.
Lullaby, of course. Oh, that. Man, that is a long way back. I'm just trying to remember the song itself. Here goes.
And then yeah, this is the melody that I first composed in the theme, and I decided to use it as the main lullaby theme in the episode. I don't really remember when I composed the lyrics for this, but I would have a habit that the last word of each phrase, except for the fourth one, would kind of be the same. It would just, yeah, something like that.
That was beautiful. You have a lovely singing voice when you want to. That's all I can remember.
Singing as Rainbow Dash is not that great. I mean, it's not perfect or anything like that. I actually like singing as Fluttershy. She's my favorite one to sing as. And Pinkie Pie as well. I like singing as Pinkie Pie.
I don't think so, but not everything in the lullaby needs to make sense, as long as it gets him.
Yeah, like Cal jumped over the moon.
How do I know it's going to work?
Just using your imaginations. They're like made for children.
Right, I will.
And then we just kind of have this music box melody playing in the background of the lullaby. And I just think it's just really pretty sounding as well. It does sound like a lullaby as well. Anything sounds like a lullaby when you put it in a music box.
It actually worked! That's good to hear. If there is anything at all about Tink you need help with, don't hesitate to tell me. Wait.
This image, though.
Something I've been meaning to ask you.
This is kind of what I wrote in the fanfiction. Originally, I was going to say grab her tail or something. But whatever, who cares? Too late, in the past.
You see, Rainbow Dash, it was the beginning of.
Oh yeah, then I decided to have an origin story for Tank, of how Fluttershy found Tank in the spring.
A slow green tortoise crossing the street, but there was a carriage heading right towards him. I had no
Yeah,
option
yeah.
but to fly
Carriage.
swiftly and save him.
Carriage heading right towards the poor tortoise. And his head is too small.
Why were you crossing such a dangerous street?
Oh yeah, the music playing is called a Rainbow Main, which is technically Rainbow Dash's theme.
So I didn't really get a response.
And when I first composed this, sometime last year, this is still one of my favorite tracks to date.
So if you didn't save him,
It's really, really pretty
not just that,
and dramatic, and it kind of builds up. I love tracks that build up. I just kind of fell in love with My Heart Will Go On from Titanic because it build up so much.
He wanted to save another pony in return and prove himself.
Well, that, but also he wanted to save Rainbow Dash to prove himself to her, that he can actually do something.
Just out of a belt and propeller. Pretty neat, huh?
This image though, it was kind of supposed to mimic something that's chibi and cute.
Almost on the mend. It should be okay by the next pony pet playdate.
And yeah, and that's when the last bit of May the Best Pet Win would come in, when we have the next pet playdate, and Rainbow Dash's wing is fine in the end. I am no good with tongue twisters. I'm mentioning that because I accidentally said pony plet. That is not even a word. Okay, so then I took some inspiration from Daughter of Discord, and I decided to compose the music myself for the production, and that in the credits I would have the instrumental of the first song of any of the episodes just play in the credits, because some episodes will have more than one song. So I will usually play the first one that kind of enters in the episode. So, but then again, this is an exception because this episode only has one song. So yeah. So, just to finish off, it took me about 3 months to finish the artwork for this episode. I started sometime in October with a couple of pictures, and then just kind of kept going on, and I think after I finished high school, then I continued the pictures a bit more, and they just kind of... Episode 1 images have had the most change. And originally, I wasn't actually planning on having a due date or like an airing date, but then I decided I should have an airing date. That would be the 25th of January. Wouldn't be until later until I just kind of air them monthly as well. Yeah. So, anyway, that was my commentary for the first episode of my audio drama. I hoped you liked me talking over my own production, and I shall see you later. Bye! This is MuseScript signing out.